Howdy everyone, Pete Daddy here. Today we've been given a midweek surprise in FIFA, a brand new player objective to grind for, and one that's worthy of the Whopper button.
Tell the crew to push the Whopper button.
And I am talking about FUT Freeze Capa. Normally he is a right back, but he's been shape-shifted or frozen or whatever they're calling it into a CDM. It's a really outstanding card. I highly recommend completing it. I'm going to go over the best way, the fastest way. I'm going to share with you the squad I'm going to use. But before we begin, if you are new here, please make sure to subscribe down below. I'd really appreciate it. So to bring Capa into your team, you need to complete 5 different objectives. The first one is called Midfield Magic. And the first thing I want to point out, we are getting close to the end of Season 2, but this one expires in 7 days. So we basically have a week to complete it. Plenty of time to get this done, but we've got lots of stuff going on, icon swaps, vol, and everything. So just keep grinding at it and you'll get it done. But the first one, Midfield Magic, score at least 2 goals in 1 match using midfielders and the live FUT Friendly Managerial Masterpiece with 8 LaLiga players. And again, we're in Managerial Masterpiece. That's the friendly that where you can only have a 77 rated squad. So you can't take your Player of the Month, Jao Felix. You can't take Messi. Well, I mean, you can, but you got to make sacrifices, is what I'm saying. You know, so you've got to be careful with who you pick, and I'll let you know the team that I'm going to use. And one thing to point out on this one, keep in mind that left wings, if it's a left wing, if you make him a left mid in game, then he's going to count as a midfielder. Now, if he's a left wing when he comes out and you keep him as a left wing, then he's going to count as a forward. So if you want to use a left wing, right wing, make sure they're a left mid, right mid before you go into the game with a position modifier. So just keep that in mind. But this is just in 1 match. Should be no problem to get that done. Next one, Capa Creates, assist 8 goals with through balls. Now, thankfully, through balls are OP this year. You'll probably get this done without even thinking. But notice there is no game condition, so you could do this all in 1 match. You can just be able to do this by messaging your opponent if you need to, but like I said, I would say over the course of the games you'll be able to do it. For anyone who doesn't know, through balls are the Y button on Xbox and the triangle on PlayStation. One of the best ways, they even work this year the traditional way, you know, where you can be kind of at midfield, you've got a runner, and you send that darting through ball through, and they're able to kind of keep their space and outrun. Now, that even works this year. Another good way that works, say you're a couple yards outside of the box, and you just see someone making a little run into some space. As long as you hit the through ball button, it's still going to count as an assist with the through ball, even though it's not that traditional, like, through ball into space. You know, that will still count as a through ball, so just kind of keep that in mind. You can also, when you're in a tight situation, double tap the through ball button. That'll give it just a little bit of a loft. Now, you can do the modifier where you do an actual lofted through ball, but that sometimes those, by the time you get them on your boots, it's hard to really score a goal from them. So just probably the regular through ball and then maybe double tapping the through ball to get the one straight to a goal is one of the best ways for it to work. Scoring success. Now, this is where the grind is. So this means we've got to play at least 12 matches. So we have to score in 12 separate matches using LaLiga players. The only thing to point out here is if you're someone that uses Lone Mbappe, and I've also noticed we got that Lone Maradona in packs, I think a few days ago, last week, I want to say. I've seen a lot of people start to make just really low-rated teams and bring Maradona on as a sub. So if you're someone that does that, or Mbappe, just remember you have to score in every match with a LaLiga player. So if you're bringing on Lone Mbappe and you score 3 goals, but Mbappe gets all 3, then this did not count anything for you. So make sure you're at least banging in some goals with LaLiga players. There's plenty enough options with LaLiga to be able to do this. So just make sure, keep that in mind if you're someone using Lone Maradona or Lone Mbappe. Next one, assist in 3 separate matches using Spanish players. So notice the game conditions here. This isn't just assists 3 times with Spanish players. This is 3 separate matches. So we have to play at least 12. So I would say out of those 3, we're going to get our 3 assists. I don't think that's going to be a big deal, but just kind of keep that in mind. We need to make sure whatever squad you make, you're going to need to have at least 1 or 2 Spanish attackers that are going to be able to get some assists for you. And then way to win 6 matches in the live FUT Friendly Managerial Masterpiece, all of that stuff, 8 La Liga players. Now, the only thing I don't like about these, which is good or bad, I guess it depends on your skill level, but a lot of times we will win all 6 of our matches, or say we win 6 out of 7, then that means we have to play additional matches where we have nothing to play for, no win condition. I haven't found a way to leave the game early, so you're kind of just playing a game where you have nothing at stake. That's the only thing I don't like. I'd almost rather than just make this, get rid of this one, get rid of the score in 12 separate matches, and just make this win 9 matches or win 8 matches, something like that. Just give it something to play for the whole time. I don't know. I mean, maybe that makes it easier if you're giving wins away, but I don't know. For me personally, I try to make the person rage quit so I can get them to leave early. I don't know, but I wish they would fix that up a little bit, because I've seen a few people complaining about that, where it's just, you don't want to go into these matches where you have nothing to play for. So it just makes it not fun when you're just watching the time bleed down and bleed down. But it is what it is. This shouldn't be too hard to get done. The only thing maybe anyone could have any trouble with would be the through balls, or if you're not scoring with the right players. But let me show you the team I'm going to use to tackle this objective. And it's, again, remember, this will be a managerial masterpiece, which will be under friendlies and online friendlies. But let's go down here. And the first thing I want to say, notice we have rating 77, chemistry 100. I see people ask me this all the time. They'll fill out this team up top here and then say the rating will say 79 or something like that. Let me just get rid of these a second. You guys see right here that this is 77 rating with 100 chemistry. Let me get rid of everyone on the bench. Well, that shows the perfect example right there already. Notice I got rid of that one silver player, now rating 78, chemistry 100. You have to fill out your subs. You can have 3 silver players. So whenever you complete these challenges, you're going to want to have 3 65 rated silvers and then 75 rated golds, unless there's something else. Like, I believe for the Rodrigo challenge, you had to get like a Brazilian hat trick or something. So we had Alex Teixeira on the subs bench. But for most of these, you're just going to want to have 65 rated silvers and 75 rated golds on the subs bench, and that will bring the rating down. As far as players to use, the first thing I want to point out, I'm running a 4-4-2, and notice I've got Dembele and Vinicius Jr. as left mids. So Vinicius Jr. is going to be playing on 7 chem. No big deal at all. He's got the pace already. No worries there. But I changed them to midfielders. I believe both Dembele and Vinicius come out as left wingers, but that would count as a forward. And remember, we need to have one game where we score with midfielders. So that's why I changed them too. So we're going to have Dembele and Vinicius. So probably the first thing we'll try to do, put Dembele and Vinicius as my strikers, in game, and then those will count as midfield goals. So instead of trying to bang in goals with someone like Kondogbia or Marcus Llorente, take someone like Dembele or Vinicius, or if you have that Rodrigo, change him to a midfielder, or even if you have one of these Yannick Carrasco cards, use him, make him into a midfielder. So just make sure to do that to get that midfield option. Then we're running Iñaki Williams, just an amazing player for these. He's 81 rated, amazing pace. And then João Felix, another really strong card. So Iñaki is the one I'm going to rely on to get my Spanish assist. So once I get the midfield objective taken care of, and that should only take me 1 game. I believe score 2 goals in 1 game with midfielders. And so that should be no problem. We'll get Vinicius and Dembele to score, between them 2 goals in 1 match. And then we're done with that. Then probably what I'll do is I'll probably have Dembele and Iñaki up top, something like that. Because, Dembele's a great winger, but with his 5-star, I want to have him in great positions. I play a 4-4-2 second variation in game. I have a tactics video on my channel if you'd like to check that out for how to set up the team to attack. But I think that's going to work wonders. And then Iñaki, if I have him as one of my strikers, he's going to get several assists just by being in that role, playing those 1-2 passes off each other as a striker. You're going to get at least 3 games where Iñaki gets an assist. We do also have Marcus Llorente. I play Marcus Llorente as my 2-way CDM, so he is going to be involved a little bit, and I'm sure there would at least be 1 game where he would get an assist too. But Iñaki up top should get that no problem whatsoever. And then just to go over all the players, Iñaki, João Felix, Dembele, and Vinicius are going to be my attackers. Marcus Llorente is an amazing 2-way CDM. He brings so much, especially for an 82 rated to this challenge. Kangdabi is just going to be my smasher, my ball winner. You see there, 88 physical, just an absolutely strong card, going to be able to knock people off the ball. On the back line, we're going to go with Alex Moreno, 77 rated but 89 pace. And then similar with Dest, 75 rated but 87 pace. So they're going to really do the job for you at fullback. I do like having one strong center back, so I'm going to go with Militao, and he's got 78 pace. I'm boosting that with a shadow, so I think he brings a lot to the back line, because sometimes what you end up happening if you have all terrible rated center backs, then, you know, someone brings on a lone Mbappe or a lone Maradona, and they just abuse your low-rated center back. So having at least one strong center back makes things a lot easier. So Militao's going to fill that role, and then I'm going to recommend Ruben Vizo for the other side, because he's got good pace, solid defending, just an overall solid card to kind of make up for the ground on the other side. Now, one thing I will recommend, I did already look up a couple of these players. When these challenges first come out, the cards rise up. So if you're not ready to complete it today, don't worry about buying the cards right this second. If you wait even a day, even tomorrow, these cards will start coming down. So, or if you're going to wait until Monday after weekend leave to complete them, then, you know, just you can buy them then, and they're going to come down massively, so you don't have to worry about it. All these cards will rise as soon as the objective comes out, but then they'll start coming back down as, you know, people who have completed it early will get it done. Now, if you want to bring Capa into your weekend league team, then I understand that maybe you may need to spend just a little bit more to get him, but he is worth it. And let's take a look at the prize right here. This is what you're playing for, this ANDER Capa. High work rates, 3-star, which I don't mind that for a midfielder. And if you look at these stats, 85 acceleration, 86 sprint speed, I would still probably boost them with a shadow, because take a look at that physical. This is one of the things I really like about this Capa card. Now, when Capa was a right back, he was my, I don't know if it was my starting team or starting team number 2 right back. So, you know, he was already a strong card in game. I liked playing with him at right back. But look at that strength, 87 strength and 87 aggression paired with 94 stamina. But he's only 5'9", so he's not going to feel stiff in game. He's not going to be, and not that Vieira, I'm not trying to put Vieira down in game, or Sissoko or someone like that. It's just they feel a little stiffer, which they fill that role. They take up space with their body model. Capa is going to give you that agility, that movement, but he's also going to have that strength. Now, it's not going to feel quite the same as a Vieira or a Sissoko just because of their body model, but it's going to feel better than, say, a Conte or someone like that, because he's got that physical, he's got that strength, which makes him really nice. And then agility, 82, balance, 88, so great dribbling, great passing. Now, his shooting is a little bit poor, but the way I play him, I tend to have like I play the 4-4-2 second variation. I like to have a CDM that's a defensive CDM, and then I kind of like to have like a two-way CDM. So I do think he could still even play that two-way CDM role for you, especially with his high work rates. But you're not going to want him to bang in a lot of goals. I mean, still this year, if you get him in a great position, he's going to bang in the goal for you, and that's what you're really asking for that two-way CDM when they're in that great space to be able to bang in the goal. Great attack positioning, great shot power, so at least he's going to be able to facilitate some stuff. And what I seem to find is that my two-way CDM maybe doesn't bang in a lot of goals, but they facilitate a lot of goals, and his passing is really nice. Like, take out free kick accuracy, which you're not really going to ask Capa to bang in free kicks for you, but short pass, 85, vision, 83, great crossing, great curve, long passing, a hint low, but still, he's going to do great work for you. I really like this card. If you're running a La Liga squad, he is a must to bring into your team. You could pair him with a Marcus Llorente. You could get him out there with Valverde. You could have a really strong midfield based around this Capa. So really strong card. Highly recommend completing him. I recommend completing him even if he's not going to crack your starting 11, just because for first owner challenges. And he's just another 85 to have out there. And these objectives are fun to do. But I'll say one more time, the community has done an amazing job. I've been streaming a lot on doing icon swaps, and every single one of those matches except for one, and we've probably played 35 to 40 so far, everyone but one, everyone has left after the first goal, playing golden goal, so I commend the community. But Managerial Masterpiece is still just a slog. You can be up 4 goals. people are still grinding, changing tactics, making subs, and I understand it, I get it, I don't like to rage quit, but just remember, these are friendlies, help each other out, let's get this done, and bring Capa into our team. But this is going to wrap it up for now. Thanks so much for watching. Make sure to subscribe, join my Discord server, follow me on Twitter, but I will see you guys soon. Bye.